for a certain period of time to begin with, and I know my targets as well as my stop losses. So if you know all these three things before you trade, so you are an informed investor, then the obvious thing is you will not be in a dilemma as I'm too excited if there are profits and I'm depressed if there are losses. That will never happen. And to top it, I would like to add that it's not only technical analysis, but it's more of your portfolio management and your risk management that you need to do before you start your investment. So that is also one part in the theory session that we cover, because technical analysis for sure is written in all the books, but none of the books cover the portfolio management and the risk management and the entry points and exit points. So if you know all these 3-4 points, then you will not be in a dark hall. Even the dark hall you will have a particular light to it. So this dilemma, you will never be in this kind of dilemma.
You mentioned that your product or your kind of analysis is one of the rarest or the only type in the world, right? But as far as I know, technical analysis is based on certain patterns made on the graph chart. Have you invented some new patterns as far as I know, traditionally they say inverted head and shoulder or shoulder pattern or doji and then double top, triple top. What is that uniqueness about your analysis or product that you mentioned? There is only in the world, which I would like to know. Thank you.
No, I have not invented patterns except for a rounding bottom. Rounding bottom is a complete different theory that I have put forth. It will tell you about stocks which have gone into huge losses and which will revive over a period of 6 months, and that we'll come to know 6 months prior, a turnaround story. We'll come to know 6 months prior. That is the contribution from my side as technical analysis on price patterns. The rest, inverted head and shoulders, double top, double bottom, flag patterns, etc., continuation patterns are the same. The point is, how do I identify that a stock has done a price pattern? Because there are 5,000 stocks that are listed. So I need a tool to ensure that I go through all the 5,000 stocks in 5 minutes and come to a conclusion that this stock has done a price pattern. This is something that is important. Because the theories are the same, basically price pattern theories. But to complement that, we need certain other parameters. We teach around 14 parameters, or I go through around 14 parameters before I conclude a buy or a sell. So that is what makes me different from all others.
So your software...
Your software helps me do that.
I just know a small, your prediction, what do you feel the Sensex after 5 years?
I've already put that on paper. It's already on the newspapers and on the TV channels. By 2017, index will be 40,000. But for the next 1.5 years, we'll have a very bad time. The market will be range bound in this level itself. 20,000 on the higher side and 14,000 on the lower side. It is a testing time for all investors at the current juncture. But I'm pretty sure 2017 we'll see 40,000. And there are enough reasons for that.
In your course, basically, do you focus on trading or on investing? And what would you recommend to newcomers who would like to enter the stock market?
What is your age?
I'm 32.
Sorry?
32.
22. So you should be an investor.
32 actually.
32. 22 is a 32 actually. Anyways, at the age of between 32 and 35, 22 and 35, you should be an investor, not a trader. Post 40, you can think of trading, but not before that. Trading is very risky. It could make sure you get addicted. It could make sure that you lose everything. So avoid trading. Invest. Equities is the best asset class. People talk about gold, but gold isn't. Equities is the place where you should be. And the reason that I could give you is FIIs. FIIs have a lot of money. Where are they putting? In equities. Why? Because equity gives them more return. And we Traditionally, have been dependent on gold, but if you look at the last 10, 20 years, gold has rallied for the last 2 years. What has it done in the last 10 years? So I had a sum which I had invested at 5,000 a tola, and today it is 30,000, so I am excited. But let's imagine the same amount was invested in equity, it would have been more than 2 lakhs. So equity is the best asset class for sure. So you have to be an investor. And there are 2 sessions that we do. One is technical analysis course and one is trading. So don't attend that trading one because it is too lucrative for you and you will fall a prey to it. Because at this age, you are not actually matured for sure. You need to really mature because you have not seen the life for now, the stock market life. So trading is not what I would suggest to you. If there is some person 45 plus and if he asks, he knows what his risks are, he knows his responsibility, he will take only that kind of capital which he could afford to lose, and then he will come for trading. So that is something that is important for you, an investor for sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand that what is the reasoning behind or what is like the scientific explanation that for something like a stock market which has so many individual psychologies playing out, there can be a pattern. How can you say that in a scientific way?
Great, a wonderful question. Imagine yourself to be a management of a company, the owner of a company. Now, suddenly, and your company is not doing good, it's not doing bad either. You're just breaking even. So your share price would be how much? 10, 12 rupees at par, right? Suddenly, a foreign company comes and gives you a huge order, an order to such an extent that is going to change the face of the company when, after you deliver that order, that will take a year or so. What are you going to do today? Tell me. You're the owner of the company. What will you do first?
Buy my own shares.
Simple logic, right?
Yeah.
Because who knows this news? It's only you who knows this news. Do I know it? Does this audience over here know it? No one knows it. So you will buy your own share at 10 rupees, right? Because you know after 1 year this order is going to be executed. My share price has to be 150, 200, whatever you say, depending on the order size. So you are going to pump in whatever amount that you have. Now you have pumped in your order, your demand has made sure that the stock has gone to 25 rupees, right? The moment you start demanding that stock, it will be reflected on the charts. It has to, because chart is what? Nothing but demand and supply. Whatever action you and I take, so if you buy 100 shares, I sell 100 shares, he buys 100 shares, he sells 100 shares. So in all, whatever happens will happen on the chart. There will be a candlestick pattern that will happen. Candlestick goes up, means the price has gone up, volumes have gone up, means there is volume, there is demand. Price goes down and volume moves up, means it's supply. It's so simple. Okay. Now that the volume has gone up, the demand is what I am seeing. What am I going to do? I am going to put money on your stock, not knowing what your company does. I am least interested in understanding your company fundamentals. Least interested. Even if your company is going to the dogs, I will still invest because there is someone who is pumping in a lot of money in that. So I invest my money on your company. Means I buy your stocks. Now that you have invested your good amount at from 10 rupees to 25 rupees, your average is around 15 rupees. What are you going to do next?
Sell some.
Your target is 150. Why will you sell at 30 rupees, 25 rupees? What will you do now?
Dilute equity.
Sorry?
You may dilute equity and raise more capital.
No.
You will tell your friends to buy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You're going to see an owner of a company goes to clubs. He has got his good friend circle. What is he going to do? He will be a social animal now. He will say, Ajay, you're a good friend of mine, you know. So Ajay, you please pump in whatever amount you have in my company, and in next 1 year, paisa double guaranteed.